Yo, what's good, man? This is Sip and Chow Podcast with your one and only host, Glory Boy, back at it again with another banger. Alright, so in today's video, we're gonna be reacting to Andrew Tate sitting down with a group of women and actually having a conversation. Like a conversation that leads to everyone just getting something out of it. Everybody has to be educated. Everybody has to. Nobody really knows everything in the whole world. And it's a good thing when we see a group of men and women sit down and just speaks on something and expresses their own opinions without any type of judgment. But it's all based on educating each other. All right, and thank you for all those that been subscribing, showing love, commenting, and liking the videos. Appreciate y'all, and keep doing that because more and more beautiful and amazing and all of that beautiful videos are coming out, man. All right, so we're gonna be reacting to Justpearlythings YouTube video. Unfortunately, she got Andrew Tate on it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start this video.
There has not been, in the history of humanity, across any culture, any book, any story, any fable, there has never been across the history of humanity any respect put on the name of a promiscuous female, ever. Ever. You name the biggest conquerors that you can possibly name from history. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, all of them. They all had 100 wives, bunch of children, big G, conquered the world. Normal. That is normal evolutionary biology. That's how men are designed to be. There's never been a single female who's been celebrated for her promiscuity, ever in history. It's always been frowned upon and disgusting. So yes, we are completely and utterly different. Yes, it's different if a woman cheats on a man. And if a man is at a complete top level of his life and ticks every single box, and if he decides to be loyal, which some do, and I can be loyal, and I have been loyal, but there's also times in my life where I think, fuck it, I don't want to be, and get a new girlfriend every single day of the week. I can do that, and I can decide to do that. If a woman decides to do the same, purely because her value is high enough to attract so many males, because she's beautiful, for example, it is completely different. And I'm going to explain to you why it's completely different, so buckle up. It's different. It's different. It's different. Well, I'll tell you why. It is impossible for a female to be promiscuous on a long enough period of time without devaluing herself, because she is fucking people she shouldn't be fucking. There's no way she is sleeping with endless men, and all of them are either high-value men or treating her the way she should be treated. If you find a woman who slept with 50, 100 dudes, she's either fucking dudes which aren't at her level or haven't worked hard enough to try and get the pussy. She was just too drunk to realize he's a loser, plays video games. Or she's fucking a top G who barely texts her back. So either way, she's fucking dudes she shouldn't be fucking, or a guy who's at the level who doesn't give her the right amount of attention. For a woman to find a guy who's truly on a level, who truly treats her the way she should be treated, that's once every couple years, if that. You ain't just gonna go out there fucking a new dude every week and say, yeah, he's worth pussy. Yeah, he treats me good enough to get my pussy, da-da-da. And you know what's funny about the universe? It's actually beautiful about the universe because it's equal and opposite forces. When you devalue yourself, it's kind of like men can smell it on you. They can just look at a bitch and go, oh. And that's the way it works. So you have to be very careful as a female and sit and go, does this man truly deserve to fuck me? And if you think about it, the answer 99% of the time, especially if you're promiscuous, is no. So when a woman is sleeping around with all these men, she's devaluing herself. She's devaluing herself, and the world knows, God knows, the universe knows. When a man does it, he doesn't devalue himself at all. That's just the way it works.
Can I ask you a question? Wait, Esther, 1 second. Sir, may I ask you a question? What would you say if a woman now is married to 2 men?
Haram.
Why?
No, I'll tell you why. Let's talk about this. What is the difference between a man, let's say me, I have 4 wives, right? What's the difference between a man having 4 wives and a woman having 4 men?
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time.
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time, and we know who the parents are, right? So
Yes.
let's say you had 4 pregnancies, you know who the mother is because she's carrying the baby, and you know who the dad is, top G. If you had a woman with 4 men and she gets pregnant, who's the parents?
What about if the...
No, I'm asking. Do
Okay,
you know?
I ask, what if they're different races? One
Answer
white,
the
one black.
question.
You don't know.
Answer the question.
You don't know. Now, modern science can come along and maybe fix that for you, but that doesn't mean it's not wrong.
Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway sales event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get a...
wrong in the eyes of God. The idea of having a family, the idea of a child being born, one of the baselines for a new life to come onto this planet is for at least to understand who the two people who made it are. At least, if you have a woman fucking 4 dudes, you don't even know who got her pregnant.
So may I just
It's
say,
disgusting.
Have you seen the twins that had 2 different dads?
Oh yeah, I saw that. May I just say something then? So if that is the case, yeah, if the one thing that you're meant to have is you, at least you know who the 2 people that put that child on earth are, then that's why promiscuity for men is also a problem, because they get women pregnant. Sometimes they don't even know they have children. That's haram, no?
No, it's completely different. It's different because you have to understand, I'm talking about humans. You look at humans from a societal perspective, but society has changed, right? So let's say 200-300 years ago, if a woman got pregnant, she needed a man to survive. If that man didn't take care of her during pregnancy, she was going to die. She couldn't work a job, she couldn't hunt, couldn't fish, whatever, right? A woman literally needed that man for survival. So if you were to come to me and say I'm pregnant, but you've been fucked by 4 different dudes, I'd be like, who says it's mine? Why am I looking after you? None of them want to look after her. She will literally perish. This is why in most of the world today, still today, virginity is so coveted, and throughout all of history it's been so coveted, because that's the only way to ensure paternity. She's a virgin, I know that's my baby. She ain't a virgin, prove it's mine. Outside of this modern science bullshit, Shaitan, the devil we have here in the West, in most of the world today, without virginity or at least a low body count or at least anti-promiscuity, you can't tell that that's your baby. So it's a completely different thing. You're looking at the idea of a woman being pregnant and coming to a group of men and saying, one of you has to take care of me, put up with me when I'm fat and moody and annoying and I need my bills paid. And all the men are going to sit there and go, no, fuck no, prove it's mine. You can't prove it, bounce. Whereas different. If I get 4 women pregnant, we know the deal.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So obviously back then for survival, women needed a man. Otherwise, when they were pregnant, they could die and all of these things, they would perish. In today's society, given evolution, given the fact that as women we can go
Still
and get,
need men.
yeah, but I'm not saying that. Isn't there a glitch between what is actually happening and the nature of what we have in our bodies? I think that's probably the conflict that we're having right now.
Glitch in what way?
In the sense that women don't feel like they need men in the most physical sense, perhaps
that's
like
right.
naturally.
It's very interesting. Women don't feel like they need men in a physical sense because life is soft, but it's bullshit. And it's bullshit because you still need men by proxy, 1, and 2, the second life gets difficult, you very quickly learn how much you need men. But women will go, I'm independent, I don't need no man because I have an OnlyFans and men pay my OnlyFans, and if anyone comes up to me, I'll call a male police officer. I don't need men. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Of course you do. You just named your whole life is based on fucking men. The road you're driving on was paved by a man. The house you're living in was built by a man. The car you're driving was designed by a man. Your whole life depends on men. And the second anything bad were to happen to you, the second you were physically threatened or...
Let me say something. Alright, so I know a lot of women that will come across this video, will take it very offensive just because the way he speaks, And at the end of the day, we have to look at society. A lot of women truly want a man that speaks like this, that speaks their mind. A man that speaks the truth without actually, sugarcoating or beating around the bushes before they get to that point, And I would say for those that will feel some type of way just about the way he speaks, I'm sorry about that, but also try to take on the message, and like I said, this is everyone's opinion, so you either learn some or you don't learn some from it, but at the end of the day, it's better to always respect another person's opinion, just basically based on how they deliver the message. And as you can see, he's sitting in a room full of, he's the only man in the room, and every woman can say whatever they want, and it's a debate going on, but also it's kind of like, as you can see, one woman will say something and then I'll be like, okay, he will say something, da 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 da. This is what society does not want you to sit down and just listen to. It's best to always sit down and listen to other people's point of views on certain things, basically. And we can see a lot of times Andrew Tate doesn't agree with the West. He's been living his whole life in either in the Middle East, in European nations, and so on. And we can see that he have actually caught on those values and norms that they live upon. Unlike in America, where they have their own values too. So, yep. So things might come out different depending on where a person lives. And yeah. So let's continue with the video.
Times were to get hard, or war were to start, or famine, or riots, the first thing you do is find a big strong man, shit yourself, and throw the feminism out the window. Feminism goes out the fucking window the second that the snow needs shoveling, or there's a fucking broken down car, or the tire needs changing. Then all that crap vanishes. It's garbage. And this is the very interesting thing. I'll make a point here, which is going to get me canceled again, but I don't give a fuck. But this is the point. Feminism in and of itself can't be defended. Any idea, the point of an idea.
All right. So before he speaks on feminism, I want to just give you guys the definition, okay? Feminism is the advocacy of women's right on basis of equality of the sexes. All right. 1 second. Let me see here. There's a different definition of feminism. Okay. Quite simply, feminism is about all genders having equal rights and opportunities. It's about respecting diverse women's experiences, identities, knowledge, and strength, and striving to empower all women to realize their full rights. And who is called feminist? A feminist is someone who supports equal rights for women. If your brother objects strongly to women being paid less than men for doing the same job, he's probably a feminist. If you believe that women should have the same political, social, and economic rights as men, you are a feminist. So let's continue with the video. I just wanted to get the definition across. So that way, if you're watching it, you could kind of understand it while watching the video.
That can be defended by the people who believe in it. This has been the whole point of war since the dawn of time. It doesn't matter if it was the Christians against the Hindus. It doesn't matter if it was the Germans against the French. There were people who had ideas and ideologies, and they were prepared to fight each other to defend their ideology. Feminism is an ideology which cannot be defended by feminists. The only people who could defend feminism are the men who subscribe to the garbage. If all the feminists were to get in a line and say, we want feminism, and the conservative men were to get in a line, you would learn very quickly it's bullshit. I had a friend in Afghanistan when Taliban kicked America out. And he told me the Americans were telling the girls they could go to school. So they built all these girls' schools, and they put the Afghanistani Defense Forces there, and they funded the Afghanistan Defense Forces to protect these schools. You had American satellites, you had night vision goggles. Taliban were afraid to attack. America leaves, now you have Afghani Defense Forces. They're basically blind. They don't have satellites anymore, don't have night vision, whatever. So now it's a real war. The men are standing next to this girls' school. The Taliban are coming. You're some dude. You're standing there, and you're looking at this girls' school going, I don't really give a fuck if girls go to school. Bounce. And you didn't fight. So that's why they all gave up and Taliban took over so quickly. And when I said this, the girls like, yeah, they should have fought for us, feminism. Why don't the women fight?
Can I ask?
Oh, wait, the women can't defend their own fucking idea. You need men to defend feminism. So that's why the whole thing is stupid. Because the second men don't defend it, it just fails as a fucking ideology. It's garbage.
May I tell you something now? So this is the thing. This is when we assume that women perhaps don't have the physical or even mental ability to go to a war. Wait. Because this is the thing. For example, in Ukraine, a lot of women took up arms. And in fact, I'm Angolan. I'm Angolan. I'm Angolan. And
don't lie.
Listen.
To the people at home.
Wait, no worries. I'll talk about my personal
you wanna
story.
Go to war? You wanna fight the front lines?
Let me tell you something. This is the thing. I think it's also really silly to assume that, for example, a woman, because she didn't go to school, she'll not be as intelligent as a man. Therefore, naturally, a woman is not intelligent. No, it doesn't make sense. If we're not starting to know.
She's right. Some women are really brilliant, and we gotta give them that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we kind of become ignorant to realize that women have actually played a major role, in our development in this world, especially them just being there for us, raising their kids, nurturing, and so on. That's major. Where a lot of men, yes, they're more likely to be the breadwinners based on, different areas of the world's norms and just ways of living. You know what I mean? So we kind of need to respect when we're saying stuff like that, especially especially if we know that women also have played a huge role within our lives. So yeah, let's continue.
Realize equality and we want to put everybody in the forefront. Give a woman a
Who's
gun.
normalising equality?
Well, that's what people are wanting. Then that's the
People
case.
like who?
Let me tell you,
Who
Auntie.
wants to normalise equality? People like who? Feminists. Who else
No,
wants to?
I want. Well, actually, no equality. I want respect. That's really
No,
what I
what's stopping
want.
you from getting respect?
No,
I get respect.
I
What's stopping
get
you from getting
respect. I get respect.
So, but
That's
you
what I
just
want.
said
That's
you
what I
want
like.
respect.
What I think is.
You don't even know what you want.
I'll tell you what I
You don't
want.
know what you want. You want
As a
equality,
woman, I
you
carry
want
myself
respect.
differently. I actually hold the things that I have done in the fights that I fought. I hold it. That's why when you speak to me, I don't move different. I move different to many of the girls. That's why when you talk to me and you argue with me, I don't take
argue with
it.
you.
You do
I tell
sometimes.
you.
And
I
I'll
don't
tell you
argue.
something. A lot of women may have the accolades to be somebody, but they are uncomfortable to own that. And the reason why, then I would like to ask you, for example, I do need a man, for example, to procreate. But other than that, I'm quite strong, and I would find a way to protect myself differently. With that mentality, what would be the man that would be for me then?
Denava, what would you do if one of these security guards broke into your door?
What would I do? Okay, I'll tell
What would you do? What would
One,
you do? No, seriously, there's no guns here.
She's a feminist.
I'll tell you. No, I'm not a
She was
feminist.
shit and say
I'm not a feminist. I'm a bit smarter.
Okay,
Either
okay,
I play
these
dead.
two guys.
One. Yeah.
Okay, they see you're not dead.
It's okay.
They
No,
see
I'd
you
be like
breathing.
this, and then if not, maybe I would kind of like be very gentle and comply to find a way to get out of it. If they want to come and kill me, there's not much that many people can
Let's
do.
make an important point. You're talking about equality equaling respect. The way you get respect as a woman is by being feminine. There's nothing, we can be equal and very, very different. I'm not saying that there's not equality, but you've confused equality with the same. You can be equal with
Equity.
completely different things. You can have a bishop and a knight on a chessboard. They're equal in terms of points, but they do different things, right? A woman can have equal respect to a man if she is very good at being a woman, and a man gets respect for being very good at being a man. When a woman decides she wants to act like a man, or a man wants to act like a woman, that's where it all gets fucked up. We try and pretend it's all the same. It's not the same. Men and women are good.
That's true, man. That's true. That's true. I mean, a lot of people might disagree with him on that, but I'm a man, and I've seen just a lot of men really respect women for being women. You could be a woman, and I could be a man. And when things start getting a little weird, where like a woman wanna be a man, or a man wanna be a woman, things get really fucked up. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you just continue being yourself and just how you came into this world, everything will be perfectly fine, But of course, like you said, there's the difference between being equal and just trying to be or something else, Let me go back to that point because I'm not trying to say anything wrong.
They're equal in terms of points, but they do different things, right? I'm not saying that there's not equality, but you've confused equality with the same. You can be
Exactly. You confusing equality and the same is what messed things up, So equality, it could come into things like, okay, voting. There's equal rights in voting, equal rights in having different opinions, equal rights in this and that. But being the same is completely different. It's like a woman trying to be a man or a man trying to be a woman. That's when things get fucked up, like he said. So let's continue.
With
Equity.
completely different things. You can have a bishop and a knight on a chessboard. They're equal in terms of points, but they do different things, right? A woman can have equal respect to a man if she is very good at being a woman, and a man gets respect for being very good at being a man. When a woman decides she wants to act like a man, or a man wants to act like a woman, that's where it all gets fucked up. We try and pretend it's all the same. It's not the same. Men and women are good at different things. We have different strengths, different weaknesses. There's nothing wrong with accepting that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'm a woman, I'm good at X, he's a man, he's good at Y. Then we work together as a team, we have a beautiful family, we're happy forever. It's only confused where you have women who sit and go, no, because in the name of equality, we can fight in war. There's no fucking women on the front line in Ukraine. That is psyop bullshit. They put some chick there dancing around doing Pokemon dances to try and convince men to go fucking die in a ditch. It's garbage. If you go to the front line of Ukraine right now, you do not see women in their makeup and their manicures. You see fucking men in the freezing cold dying. You know where the women are? Dubai. Chilling. That's where the women are. So to sit and pretend that women are just as capable physically as men is a fucking lie. It's delusion. To say that you're as strong as men is delusion. You are good at
No
other
way.
things. You're better than men at a lot of things, but it's not the physical world.
As many of you know, I was just banned.
That's legit. Shout out to Pearl. Just Pearl things, man. Because, I mean, it takes a lot of courage to bring someone like Andrew Tate on your page. Because a lot of times, you know, these men say certain things that a lot of people really disagree with. And then it ends up having your videos banned or whatever. But shout out to you. Keep doing your things. This is Sip and Chop Podcast with your one and only host, you know, Glory Boy. I'm back at it again. We're going to be coming up. What am I saying, bruh? Just hit the subscribe button, man, and we out of this bitch. Let's go.